Hello, Gemini. This is going to be your general tarot reading for May 2021. I apologize for these coming out so late this month. I would have come out with your reading yesterday, but yesterday was Mother's Day and I spent the day with my daughter, taking it easy. So hopefully you'll understand. It's not so easy to be a single mom and have a million things to do. So don't always get to things the way that I think I will. And so this reading is for you if you are a Gemini rising, Gemini sun, Gemini moon, or a Gemini Venus. Sorry, I'm adjusting the microphone where I can actually hear myself. If I can, there we go. And hopefully you're not picking up on my breathing so much. So we'll just see what comes out for you this month. This reading may or may not resonate for you. Some parts of it may resonate for you strongly, other parts might not at all. If for some reason this reading does not resonate for you, you may want to check out your other placements readings, see if any of those resonate more. And if you would like to skip through this part and just go straight to the beginning of the reading, there is a timestamp down below in the description box that you can click on, and it will take you straight to the reading. So let's see what is going on for you Geminis in May. I drank way too much coffee, and so I'm feeling a little jittery. I'll still be able to pull off your reading just fine, but if my voice trembles or you see my hands trembling, it's the caffeine. Normally I don't drink that much caffeine, so when I do, sometimes it affects me more than I think it will. All right, here we go. Gemini, May 2021. 11 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. At least one good side to being caffeined up is this may actually go a little faster than usual. Okay, for your cards this month, I'm going to be using, or I am using, the Spiral Tarot, and for your clarifiers, I'm going to be using the Edmund Duloc Tarot. Edmund Duloc, I really hope I'm saying his last name right, was a famous illustrator of fairy tales and legends, and I believe his art is from the early 1900s. Nice. You do have some elements in here that are difficult, but the majority of your cards are really nice. All right. Your central energy for May is the Nine of Cups. Very, very nice. So this is feeling lucky, feeling blessed. Things are working out. You've possibly felt as if a wish of yours has been granted. Happiness. Yeah, thanking your lucky stars for something. So let's see if we can find out more about it. Or you're wishing very strongly for something. Let's see. The Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Anything else? The Seven of Cups. Wow, wow. Yeah, you're wishing very strongly for something, or you've been maybe even praying very strongly for something, or someone even. So, with the Nine of Cups, you have the Wheel of Fortune. It looks as though things are turning in your favor. You might be coming into an extremely lucky time period or cycle right now that's coming up where you see things moving or you see things evolving very quickly. You may be feeling lucky because you are able to travel or you're able to go someplace you've been wanting to go. The Wheel of Fortune can be a travel card because it's ruled by Sagittarius, which is long distance travel. So this can be also honest, realizing the truth of a matter, but it's actually really good. And with those two, you have the Seven of Cups, which normally is having to make a decision or being faced with many options or many choices to choose from. In this particular deck, it is Aladdin kind of bowled over down on the ground. I believe that he just rubbed the lamp for the first time and the genie is coming out. And Aladdin is lying down there in a state of shock. He wasn't expecting a genie to come out of the lamp at all. And genies grant wishes. So it may be that you're actually in for some kind of a realization or a profound shock in realizing that perhaps your wishes can come true or a wish can be granted here or things will work out. Maybe you weren't so sure before. Some kind of fated, strange events are happening that are furthering things along in a really good way for you, and it may be a complete surprise to you. And your challenge for this month is the Star. It could be that you are challenged with things like faith, optimism, hope, belief that things will work out. Maybe at certain times you've been extremely optimistic, and then at other times you have battled with a lack of optimism or a lack of faith or worrying about hoping, because if you hope, what if it doesn't work out? Then you would have been hoping in vain, or you'll be disappointed. But I don't necessarily see that. So try not to sink into times of doubt or times of wondering whether you're wishing for a pipe dream or you're wishing for something that is impossible. I don't necessarily see that at all, especially with your first three cards. This can also be a feeling of wanting to be connected to a group of people, a community, to spirit, to your guides, to the universe, but you may be feeling disconnected or battling with times where you feel connected and then other times where you feel very disconnected, where you're wanting to connect more, but for whatever reasons, it's a challenge this month. So let's find out more about it. Tell me more about why the Star is their challenge this month in May. It's like you are afraid that you are having false hopes, or you want to hope, but you're struggling with it at times. Or sometimes you struggle with moments where you feel as though the universe is not there for you somehow, or a community is not there for you somehow. Let's see. The Two of Wands. All right, hang on for one moment. I'll be right back. All right, here I am again. The Star with the Two of Wands. You seem to be expecting something to arrive. Possibly plans have been slightly delayed, and so at times, because of the delay, you're starting to lose a little hope, or you're worrying that you are hoping in vain, or that you're fearing that something isn't going to show up. But if there is some kind of a delay, I just see it as being a delay. I don't see whatever this is that you're expecting to not arrive at all. You may be faced with choices on what to do next. You may have put certain things into motion, and now you need some kind of a response first before you can continue to move forward with something. This could be a project, this could be a business-related thing or a job-related thing. This could be so many things, but it's basically you are at a waiting period where you're thinking over your choices, you're thinking over how to proceed in the future, action-wise, with getting towards your goals or growing in a particular direction with something new in your life. It seems as though you have already started something, but now you're waiting for feedback, or you're waiting to connect with someone, or you're waiting to get more information before you can make a decision, or before you can figure out your strategy on how you're going to act towards what you are opening up to. This could also be delay with travel. This could be delay with something moving forward. It seems as though you're waiting for someone to show up or something to show up first before you can really move forward. Or you're waiting to receive a sign. Maybe you want a sign from the divine, from the universe, from spiritual forces before you move forward with something. Or you may be longing to connect with someone or with something, and for whatever reasons the connections may be a little shaky. Maybe this is this could even be internet connections, where your internet connection has been dipping in and out, or you're waiting for a response. It may even be for someone that you have gotten an answer back. It's just you haven't realized that it's there yet. You might want to check your junk emails, or check other things and see. It might even be that you're waiting for something to arrive in the mail and it's become stuck in the mail, but you will receive it even if it is delayed. It will show up, or it may have shown up in a different place than what you were expecting. And so you may have looked and thought that it didn't arrive when actually it has. It's just in a different place. If this is some kind of a package, it may be that it's hanging out in a hidden corner of the post office and they've forgotten about it, or there was some kind of a mix-up. But it looks to me as though things are going to work out. And you may have believed that someone hasn't gotten back to you on something when actually they have. It's just something, some kind of snafu has happened. So, okay. All right. So what is helping you is to take the slow, steady approach, to be patient, to take things step by step, to stabilize your energy, and to find a steady pace with dealing with something where you are not rushing or feeling rushed. And what is helping you is to believe that it's all unfolding as it should, that things will work out. You are slowly moving forward with something, but not to be impatient, not to rush, not to feel rushed, and to not take on too much all at once. This looks like an overwhelming chance or choice that you have that kind of crops up out of nowhere almost. It's like you invited it in somehow or prayed for it, but when it shows up, it's shocking. And you may feel rushed, or you may feel like you need to make a decision right away when really you should look over your plans and look over how you are going to do this in a more grounded, practical, patient way. And if you need help with something, it looks as though what's helping you is you will attract help where if you do feel overwhelmed, if you do feel swamped with a lot of things, you can possibly have others help you with this where you don't have so much on your plate. Let me get more information on it. This could also be a person. Let's see. What is helping you as a person that shows up that can give you some much needed information or help you with some kind of planning or to help you take care of something while you go elsewhere. Or do other things. Tell me more about the Knight of Pentacles. The Chariot. Yeah, you may be having to plan some kind of a trip or in order to get to your goal. You know, the Chariot can be actual travel in a car or a vehicle of some kind. This could also be that what is helping you is your car gets fixed by somebody who knows what they're doing. But concerning planning a trip or getting ready for some kind of a trip, take it easy and take it slow with how you are going towards your goals. Don't rush it. Don't feel hurried, and don't feel like you're going to miss an opportunity if you slow down. I don't see that. I don't see whatever opportunity is meant for you is going to be there no matter what. It's more important for you to really look over how you are arranging something or arranging the steps to get towards your goal. It can also be that what's helping you is somebody is coming to see you. This could be a grown child of yours you haven't seen in a long time and they're coming to visit. Or a student that wants to learn from you is coming to your area in order to study under you with something that you know. Or if you've been needing more help with some kind of a business venture that you're involved in or some kind of job, it looks as though new helpers and new employees and new people are ushering in. So this can be also health. Your health is improving, or you have some kind of a plan to improve your health, some kind of diet change or change in how you treat your body, or you're finally getting answers on what's going on with some kind of health issue that you have, where it's able to be diagnosed or it's able to improve because you figure out what's actually happening. Could be someone coming to see you. Or you could be thinking of going to go see someone else or a particular place. As far as planning your trip, be real careful in your plans. Pay attention to the details of your plans. A well-planned trip means less problems than if you just hurried. And take that as a metaphor for any goal. The Chariot is your vehicle to get you to where you want to go. No matter what that goal is, it doesn't have to be physical travel, but it's definitely you moving forward towards your goals. Take your time. Be patient. I have a feeling like if you rushed it somehow, you may be missing some kind of an opportunity. So at your root, or at the root of the matter, there's some kind of a difficult person you have to deal with, or you have been having to deal with, or a difficult situation where there's a lot of conflict and possibly cruel words or sarcastic words or a situation that is unfair. someone in this picture may be exerting more power than they should, or trying to control other people. And I got with their viewpoints, like, or their point of view, or how they see things. It's almost like they're trying to shove it down people's throats, and if they don't listen, or if they are different than what they're trying to shove down people's throats, they demonize them, treat them badly, or get into arguments with them, rather than just allowing them to be different. Okay, let me get more on that. Tell me more about the Five of Swords at their root. Maybe you need to go somewhere to go help someone else who's dealing with a difficult person or a difficult situation, where you can give someone else backup. Or someone else may be coming to you to help you with some kind of a situation that you have tried to deal with, but it just doesn't seem to be going anywhere. It seems to me like you need backup in dealing with either a difficult situation or a difficult person. The Knight of Cups. The Hanged Man. The Five of Cups. Either you or someone else that you're close to has either just gotten out of a very painful, difficult situation, or you have, where perhaps you have been mistreated, or someone else has been. And so either you need to spend time with loved ones and in a peaceful environment, or in order to heal. It seems like if you're the one who has been having to deal with this is the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups. It looks as though someone has exerted too much power and someone has been left vulnerable or hurt over the situation. This could even be danger or dealing with a situation that could potentially become dangerous. This woman in the picture looks like she needs backup. I don't know what's going on with this guy over here, but she looks vulnerable to me, like she is not receiving what she needs. If this person actually really cared about her, or if this person was a good person, instead of standing around trying to talk to her, he would immediately offer her blankets or clothes, or ask her if there's anything that he can do to help, not to lord it. It looks like he's looming over her, and she's in a very difficult, vulnerable place, where she's either slightly or very much so unprotected, and she may have been recovering from some kind of a situation. Look, in the Five of Swords, they're on a raft in a stormy sea. This man pushed this person off the raft and doesn't care if this person drowns or not, and it certainly is not extending his hand to lift the person up onto the raft. This person does not care at all what happens to this person, and possibly has shoved them off of the ramp or tried to do them in somehow. And look, in this, there is a woman covered in seaweed that is naked, who just washed up on shore. It looks like this is the ocean. If this is the person that other person shoved off the boat, why is this person standing around? Why isn't he extending help to this person? Why is she still vulnerable even in the aftermath of this situation? Or could this person be the same? It doesn't look right. It looks completely unjust. And perhaps this is why you've been battling with a lack of hope or a lack of faith. When we're in situations like this, it feels completely hopeless. At least now she's up on shore and she's able to be on land. This poor person in the water probably feels pretty hopeless at this moment. It may be that you've either seen something, witnessed something, have a dear friend or family member or somebody that you're close to who has been through this, or you have been through this. And when we've been through situations like that where people did the opposite of helping, we can sometimes lose faith in humanity, or we can sometimes lose faith in the good that's in the world, or it makes us realize that sometimes spiritual forces are not always looking out after us. But we can't always understand why things happen. Sometimes things on how they happen is a complete mystery. Sometimes things happen that we don't see any good in until years and years later when we realize that it helped us to learn some kind of a lesson where we no longer will ever be in that kind of a situation ever again. This could have been a relationship you were involved in where you were involved with someone that turned out to be extremely abusive or controlling, and you didn't see it. You didn't see that until it happened, and it was incredibly shocking when it did. Raven, come on. So let's look at the other side of this. Both of these are Pisces cards. There's the Knight of Cups and there's the Hanged Man. It looks as though in order to recover from something, from some kind of blow where you were left unprotected or someone else was, the best thing you can do right now is to spend time with someone or people that you feel completely emotionally safe with and that are extremely nurturing and kind, and to possibly take some time out. Take some time out from a situation so that you can heal and recover and enjoy good things right now. It's like someone or you went through something incredibly painful and is in the stages of recovery or healing. Part of this healing might be a trip, or for someone to come see you, or for you to go see someone else. But it also looks like while you are recovering, it's like the universe is showering you, or the fates are showering you with opportunities or wishes granted. It's odd. This could be past experiences you've been in relationships that make you hope that possibly a new budding relationship where you've been getting to know someone, it makes you worry sometimes that you are trusting someone that you can't trust. It's like leftover PTSD from what you experienced before, which is this. When you've been through something like this, it can be very hard to completely trust again, especially if you meet someone who is the exact opposite, who is very caring, very nurturing, very understanding, would never, ever, ever throw someone off of a boat. Even if they couldn't stand that person, they would never do that to another person. But you may be realizing that you still have some you're reluctant to completely trust. It takes some time, so don't push yourself to trust if you're in recovery, and so take it easy on yourself. If you have moments where you are afraid that you're afraid to trust again, or you're afraid to have faith again, or you're afraid to believe that something is a good thing because of things that you have experienced before that were very traumatizing, it looks like. This is someone who will take it easy with you, who will not pressure you, who will not expect you to be ready when you're not. Whoever this is, if this is someone you're getting to know and you wish to be in a relationship with, or you have recently started a relationship with, this person would never ever rush you. So, or who understands what you've been through, especially if you've opened up about it. Perhaps you have been quiet about some of these things while you're getting to know them. You don't want to spill your garbage or your past experiences on them right from the beginning. If you opened up and if you told them about things that you have experienced before, they would be very understanding of it, and they may have even witnessed similar things with either themselves or with other people that they care about, where they're kind of familiar with the process. It would be nice to get away with this person on some kind of a trip or a vacation, or to do something relaxing with them that can help you to get to know each other better. This is someone who feels very deeply and who also is very calm. This could very well be a Jupiterian ruled person, or a Pisces, or a Sagittarius, or even have elements of Virgo in them. Or you're realizing that you're starting to heal. You're realizing that you feel better. You're starting to be able to trust. You're starting to be able to feel safe. You're not so worried about being screwed over, or you're starting to trust. So allow yourself to unfold with your trust easily, instead of feeling like, I don't know, like you have to recover quickly. I don't really know why. So in the recent past, you have the Queen of Wands. This is empowerment right here. And this is also being an individual, standing up for what you believe in, protecting yourself, and also protecting what you care about that is vulnerable. If this isn't you that have been through these things, it looks like perhaps you're going to go see your going to a person, or someone who has been through a hard time is coming to see you, and you want to protect them. Someone wants to either protect you, or you want to protect someone else, or just be their strength or be their backup in dealing with either the aftermath of a difficult situation or with the very last bits of a difficult situation. I don't know if this is perhaps someone that you have feelings for, that you're getting to know, where they have been through traumatic events, and so take it easy with them. Don't try to rush them to trust you. Allow them to have their experience of getting to know you and slowly getting to trust you. Be gentle. Be gentle, whether it's with someone towards you or with you towards someone else. Someone here is very delicate and they need gentleness. So even if you are gung-ho and ready to go with some kind of venture or relationship, the other party or the other part of it may not be as ready as you are right now. It doesn't mean that they don't want to get to know you or that they don't have mutual feelings back. It's just they need to be treated with gentleness. So try not to push a situation or a person to trust you before they're ready to, or to get immediately into a physical element of the relationship if they're not ready. It's not a reflection of you. It's not about you. And vice versa if it's the other way around. But let me see if I can get more about the Queen of Wands. Yeah, be patient. Try not to rush yourself or try not to move too quickly. Or you may have tried to rush This is the Seven of Pentacles, and look, it's partners or lovers or best friends, people who are getting to know each other, taking their time with getting to know each other. Look at the compatible colors in this. They blend right in with each other. They're not too starkly different from each other. But what I'm seeing here is perhaps you have realized you can't rush something because possibly you tried to rush something in the recent past, and it looks like whoever this is, they're very communicative. Look, this even looks like the same people. In the Knight of Cups, this may be the Knight of Cups. This may be you, or vice versa, if you have planets or placements in water. It looks like these two people are getting to know each other. They're taking their time. They're talking. They're getting to know each other. They're in beautiful environments together. They're enjoying each other's company. But anything to do with the Seven of Pentacles is about patience. And remember what this said as what was helping you. Just because someone is much slower than you with the movement forward of something does not mean that it's not growing or that it's not moving forward. It's just whoever this is, if it's not you, wants to take things very slowly. Understandably so. Either you or they have been through something quite traumatizing, honestly, and possibly involving past partners or a past partner. Or, yeah, I'm not going to even go into specifics on what that could have been, but maybe you or someone else has tried to kind of rush it or move it along a little too fast, especially with physical intimacy. And it looks as though this person is very communicative, and actually you let them know or they let you know that they don't move that fast and that they can't move that fast. And if you really care about them so much, you would take your time to get to know them and not to rush a physical part of a relationship here. And so the reason why what's helping you is to become slow, and the reason why it's like you're waiting for something to catch up to where you are. Energetically, you're waiting for something or someone to catch up to where you're at with it. And it's okay for you to long for things to come in the future, or to have your wishes or your optimism about a matter. But also don't become too impatient, because that could possibly sabotage this situation. You may also be waiting perhaps for someone to choose you, or choose to do this with you. But it is saying it's okay to move forward. It's okay to assert yourself, but don't rush. And if someone gives you feedback that they need more space or that they need more time, give it to them. If you try to push them or rush them, it's going to make them run away. So, or you could be dealing with someone else who is very fiery, very Aryan, or wants to move things along. And if that's the case, you have recently perhaps gotten to a spot where you had to tell that person, hey, I don't move that fast. And if you actually really do, what are you rushing for? What are you rushing for? If you actually really do want to get to know me, you can't push me. So, as your best possible outcome, you have the Fool, Major Arcana. Looks like you're thinking of leaping into something and taking a chance on something. It looks like a really good thing for you to take a chance on. So if you have been hesitating or wondering whether something is a false opportunity, I don't see that. You don't need to know everything about this. It looks as though you are completely new to this situation, and there is no way in a certain way to be completely prepared. just know it's what you're supposed to be doing. And if you do take a leap or a chance on something that you feel very drawn to take a chance on, it will be a good choice. You will have good results if you do so. It could be saying that you have been taking your time before you leap into something, and that is extremely good for you to do. You don't have to rush into anything, but it is good to take this chance, or it is good to try something new, or to go towards a completely new journey in your life at this time. It's funny because in other decks, the Fool is leaping off of a cliff. In this, the Fool is very cautious. The Fool is walking very slowly towards his cup that he wants. And the angel behind him has got his back, and he has spiritual support. If you have felt as though you don't have spiritual support as your challenge, in wondering whether you should take a leap or not, or try something new or not, or whether you should move forward with something or not, it looks as though you do have spiritual backup. It is perfectly okay to go towards a new journey in your life. And it's okay to hesitate a little bit. It's okay to move slowly, and it's okay to ease your way into it rather than just leaping off of a cliff into the unknown. And you don't have to feel rushed with this. You can take your time. But this is your best possible outcome, is to have faith and to trust the universe and to trust the process. And it's okay to try a new journey in your life, or a new path of your life, or even whatever this might be. My phone was just ringing. My daughter's at school. I just need to make sure it's not the school calling. Hang on. Okay, here I am. It wasn't the school. Where was I? The Fool. Let's pick a couple of cards to go with the Fool. This could, for someone, this could be a professional thing, possibly, where it's your life's work, or you feel very strongly inclined to work with survivors of either sexual abuse or physical abuse. And you're possibly learning some new techniques or learning some new knowledge on how to best help people that have been through, that are recovering or have been through recovery with something like that. It could be that you're looking into perhaps going into self-defense, like teaching self-defense or teaching empowerment but there's like a movement forward and then some backsliding and a movement forward. If for some reason you have fallen in love with someone that is a survivor of sexual or physical abuse, to be very gentle, and you may actually want to read some books on recovery from things like that, or being a survivor of abuse like that, in order to best know or best try to understand on where this other person is at, or what things are like for them. Or this could possibly be vice versa, if you yourself have been through things like that in the past, possibly with relationships or just freak things that happened. You may want to, if you feel pressured by somebody else slightly to move faster than you're willing to move, you may want to suggest that they read literature about these things, or look more into it so that they can best understand where you're coming from or where you are at. This connection, if it is a connection, seems very emotional, very intuitive, and very strong, with a lot of empathy, a lot of Piscean vibrations. Very Piscean, very enmeshed, and very empathic bond here. And so you may not be, some people out there, they may not want to have to go through all that or to process all of that in order to be with someone, but it seems like the connection is so strong that it doesn't matter what your past is or what the other person's past is. You want to move forward with the relationship, and it seems like the other person wants to too. It's just one of you is moving more fast than the other one is comfortable about yet. But that doesn't mean that it's not a good thing to move forward with it. And all that aside, if this is something completely different, you may just have some moments of doubts or moments of feeling hesitant about moving forward with something. But your best possible outcome is that you are meant to move forward with something, with taking a leap or a chance, but you don't have to leap. You can walk into it slowly. So, and you do have protection. I feel like someone here, whether it's you or someone else, is still battling with feelings of being unprotected here. My dog wants to leave the kitchen. Let me open up the door. There you go, bud. Okay. But let me see about this Fool. What is it that you're thinking of leaping into, or that you should be leaping into or moving towards? Judgment upside down? Am I holding the whole deck upside down? Nope. Yeah, some baggage or some things from the past need to be laid at rest, but it's hard. It's hard for that to happen. It looks like this is a timely journey that you're on, so don't feel frustrated with yourself if you're having a hard time leaving something behind, whether it's a natural reaction, like a reaction to things that you're dealing with, or having a hard time leaving old ghosts behind where you still feel somewhat haunted at times. It's okay. It's all part of the process. It might be a timing thing where it's a natural, timely healing here, and you can't rush yourself with healing. It looks like somebody's battling with something that is very hard for them to process even or make sense out of. It's almost like they can't look at certain aspects of it because it's just too much. And it's like they can't look at certain aspects of themselves either. I suppose there could be something in here with someone who has recovered where they are no longer abusive where they used to be abusive. Possibly they were taught abuse because they were abused, and so they ended up showing those qualities to other people or other situations. I see a dramatic transformation happening, but certain parts of it are hard to see or hard to look at or hard to admit or hard to accept. Let me see if I can pull a remedy to go with that. What are they struggling with letting go of or seeing clearly? Let me look into that a little bit more before I pick a remedy. Death. Has someone here been in a life-threatening situation at some point in their lives that they still deal with PTSD over? And it is hard to move forward, or it's hard to leap into the unknown because you've experienced what happens sometimes when you leap into the unknown. Or someone else is... could this be that someone is passing away, or someone is or someone has passed away and someone's having a very hard time accepting that, or still has, I don't know if perhaps you're dealing with someone who is a widower or a widow, or someone whose partner has passed away and so they still have some leftover things, or even things that they're not willing on sharing yet that they've had to deal with or deal with themselves on. Or you've been having a fear of death or a fear of massive transformation or change. Some, when a snake is shedding its skin, you can't force the snake to shed its skin, or you can't take the skin off when it's still in the middle of shedding. It takes a certain amount of time for a snake to shed its skin. If the skin comes off too soon, it can hurt the snake or cause injury because it's not naturally releasing in its own timing. I'm getting something along those lines energetically here, where either you or someone else is in the middle of a massive, deep transformation, and you cannot be rushed in the process because it's happening in a timely way that takes time. And so you may not be ready to leave the cocoon yet. If you try to leave the cocoon too soon, it could injure you. Or someone else could be telling this to you. And so don't rush yourself or feel bad because you're not healed completely from something. Healing takes time. And this could be grief, dealing with grief somehow. And there's so many different situations that can cause grief, whether it's the ending of a long-term relationship, or the ending of who you used to be because of things you've been through, or grieving someone who has passed away, or releasing the fear of death, or releasing the fear of danger. Let's see. The Six of Wands. You are a survivor. Someone else is a survivor. The situation will survive. Maybe you're afraid that someone is going to die, but it looks as though they survive and they're able to pull out of it, or able to heal. So try not to let your mind get the better of you or take you to places in the future that haven't happened yet. Try to stay grounded in the present. You will be successful. You will prevail. This is the Six of Wands. You are strong enough to heal. You are strong enough to recover. You're strong enough to be a survivor, or someone else is. And you are progressing. You are a strong person, and you will prevail. Just take baby steps. Don't rush yourself with the process of this. It takes time. So coming up for you in the future is the Devil. You're not completely out of the water yet with something, or I'm getting something about something that either you or someone else is having a hard time seeing about themselves or accepting about themselves. Either you or someone else may have stayed longer in a very difficult, possibly abusive situation than they should have, possibly out of fear of how they would survive on their own, or looking at, when we've been through traumatic things, it's hard sometimes to look at aspects of ourselves. It's like self-blame or victim blaming, but it's also looking at all of it too, not just the other side of it. It's tricky here. It's tricky. Let me pick more on that. Can you tell me, this could be recovery from an addiction. So again, if there are backsliding moments going on, do not give yourself a hard time. Or don't let anyone else give you a hard time over that. That's a natural part of the process of recovery. It's expected to experience some backsliding. Let's see. The Tower. The Knight of Cups again. Yeah. It's so hard when we fall in love with people who have been severely wounded. It's not an easy process. It's not like you can just get to know each other or go on vacation and have open hearts here. Somebody here has been through something incredibly difficult. And even though there are mutual feelings in the matter, it's hard when you're ready to go, your heart's open, and you're ready to experience love, but the other person has old ghosts or old haunts or old demons associated with things from the past that keep them from being able to be completely open. Someone was involved in a situation, whether it was a family situation, a romantic situation, or a job situation, where they were severely taken advantage of, or severely controlled, or felt completely dependent on someone else, or a situation that was completely unhealthy. And it's hard to go from a situation like that and immediately trust and immediately be open and immediately be ready for magic to come in and beauty to come in. I'm getting like a feeling of PTSD from some of this in this reading here. It's okay for you to follow your heart, and I see there was a lot in here initially of having your wishes be granted. Things may not be as bad as you fear. Or you're afraid of something being an illusion, or you're afraid of becoming trapped, or someone else's. Let me see. To be genuine, to take your time, and to allow things to unfold is the best way to handle this, and to be gentle with yourself and with others. If you need time, take your time. If someone else needs time, give them the time that they need. And that goes also for starting anything new in your life right now. It's okay to be gentle about it, and to allow the process to unfold, and allow yourself to take whatever time you need to recover. And if I do have a minor message in here for someone, if you work with, if you are someone who works with trauma or works with recovery with other people, whether you're a counselor or an advocate or something like that, there's something about this. If you haven't experienced anything like that personally, there's something about this that you may not be understanding completely about what they're actually having to deal with. It's hard to know exactly what something is like unless you've experienced it yourself. You can understand and be knowledgeable and study all you want, but sometimes unless we have experienced something ourselves, we don't truly understand what it's really like. If you are someone who works with others in recovery, there may be an approach that you're taking that may not be the best approach, or you may not be seeing just how difficult it really is for people. And so you may need to take some time out to do some soul searching, or to really look in depth into some of these things, or look at another way you can understand this that isn't so judgy. Sorry to put it that way. Or this could be someone else that you're having to deal with. It really, when you're a person in recovery, people tell you, oh, you need counseling, or you need this, or you need that, or, and then you go into counseling only to realize that your counselor is some, middle-aged, upper-class person who's never experienced difficulty in their life. How are they actually supposed to help you? They may have been trained in certain things, and they may have some intellectual understanding of the matter, but they actually can't really help. The best help is compassion or empathy, and oftentimes that takes someone who has experienced it. If this is you in recovery, I would highly recommend you try to seek out some kind of a support group where others have experienced what you have experienced, where you can actually connect with people who know what that is like. Instead of just, it may be you need to switch counselors, is what I'm saying. You may need to reach out and see if you can find someone else who actually can help you instead of making you feel judged, or like they just don't get where you're coming from. How can you be helped by someone who can't understand where you're coming from? I feel like someone here has been devalued in their experience. Like somehow you've been had people tell you that what you're experiencing isn't real, or you're blowing it up out of proportion, or you're somehow making it worse, when that is not the case. It's something that you are going through. Try to stay away from people like that. Don't take that on as a self-judgment. So let me see if I can pull some kind of remedies for you on something to do or something to focus on that can help you with open up your heart more, trust more, or to not be so hard on yourself either. The High Priestess. Trust your own intuition. Trust your own feelings. Don't let anyone tell you that how you feel is somehow an illusion or not real, or that somehow you're imagining things. Or trust your intuition, trust your gut instincts on who to trust and who not to trust, or who to take in the opinion of and who to ignore the opinion of. Pay attention to your dreams and your longings and trust yourself. There's the King of Wands. If you need backup, you have it, or you can be your own strength, and you also have protective forces that are there for you if you need them for backup. You may also want to be someone else's backup if this is someone else you're dealing with. If you're looking for a way to help this person, I would recommend you tell them everything that I just told you, which is to trust how they feel, to not devaluate how they feel, to don't let anyone tell them or lessen their own experience or tell them how they should feel. Possibly go on some kind of a journey or a trip to a pretty place where you can tune in, or where you can have some rest and relaxation. And also something physical too, like physical exercise, going for walks, stretching, possibly even learning self-defense techniques, looking into martial arts possibly, or Tai Chi, or which isn't a martial art, by the way. It's almost like a moving meditation. Yeah, to do something physical too, as well as to spiritually rest. If you're looking for someone to be your backup, you definitely will be able to find the right people that can help you or be there for you. But don't stick with people that you know are not helping you, even though they're supposed to. And also to look at things from a greater perspective, where you can look at things a little bit more objectively. You have the Queen, or actually, wait a minute, this is the Queen of Pentacles. So again, be patient with yourself, be patient with someone else. Allow the process to unfold in its own natural timing. And in the meantime, while you're going through this process in the future, not only take it easy on yourself, but also possibly do some kind of activity that you enjoy or that you're interested in, to kind of keep your mind and your hands busy, or work on learning something new that can help empower you, or to empower someone else. This reading seems very specific. I'm not getting too much on other ways of looking at this, so it may not be your reading. If it's not, you may want to check out your other placements, see if any of those readings resonate for you more than this one. Yeah, right now you are in the middle of emotional recovery. You are moving on from past experiences into a completely new experience. There is a love or a new love of your life or a new love of loving your life that is inviting you and beckoning you to experience it. But again, move slowly. You don't have to feel rushed. Where is it? You had the Fool as your best possible outcome. He is choosing to be brave and to move towards his love, whether this is a dream, a place, a person, an experience. He longs to experience something new. It's beckoning him and it's calling him to it. Same thing with her. There is a new experience waiting for her that is beckoning to her. But she is in the middle of recovering, where she is learning how to let go of the things that have happened in the past and possible emotional baggage that she has attached to her based off of the past. Something about the past, even though she knows that she has outgrown it, still it is familiar. She knows what to expect with the past. She doesn't know what to expect with the future, or whatever this new dream is that she wants to go towards. But it's beckoning you, and if you look at the Fool and at this woman, you can move slowly with this. You don't have to push yourself or rush yourself. Take your time with it. Just know that if you go towards the new, or if you go towards a new experience, you are not going to experience the betrayal or the pain that you have in the past. It is a completely new experience, and it's okay to trust it. And you will be guided, you will be protected, and you do have backup with this process. You are in the middle of emotionally letting go of some kind of a situation where you were trapped, or you felt trapped, or you didn't know how to get out of it. This can also be recovery from addiction, you guys. And again, don't give yourself a hard time if you have moments where you backslide. That's natural. Just keep on trying to plod forward and move forward with it. Whether it's quitting cigarettes, whether it's quitting drinking so much, or toxic relationships, whatever it happens to be. So, in your surroundings, you have the Queen of Swords. It looks like you have legal advice, or you have a strong personality around you in your surroundings that can give you some very good advice, or give you some much needed information. Or you're learning how to be more discerning about what you choose to experience and what you choose not to experience. Your decision-making abilities of knowing, just trusting your intuition, your inner high priestess, on what feels right and what doesn't feel right. If it doesn't feel right, boom, you cut it out immediately. Don't even bother thinking that perhaps you are imagining things or blah, blah. You've experienced enough from the past to know what your gut is telling you. And to utilize boundaries, to maintain boundaries, to exert boundaries, to say your boundaries, and expect other people to respect those boundaries. If they don't, then you are in a no BS state right now. You cannot deal with going back and forth with someone over something that they're you can't waste your time. And you know enough at this point, you can identify enough at this point to know what is receptive and what is not receptive. Don't waste your time trying to get someone to see your perspective, or to they either understand or they don't. And focus on the people that do understand. Focus on the people that show the qualities that I just mentioned, because they're like teachers that have been brought to you to show you how to use your boundaries more. Or you perhaps may be this person for other people. You may be a counselor. You may be someone who is very all about boundaries and can educate other people in how to do that if they are struggling with it. But also try not to end up in your head too much. Let's see. You may need to make a major decision about your surroundings. Or who you surround yourself with. Let's see. Tell me more about the Queen of Swords. The Four of Pentacles. And look, it's the Princess and the Pea. Yeah. Knowing when to protect yourself and knowing when you are being overly protective of yourself. Or if you feel the need to protect yourself, then so be it. That's how you feel. But if you long to open your heart, if you long to follow a new path in your life, you may be holding on to something mentally that you need to release, but take your time with releasing it. If you're not ready to release it, then you're not ready to release it. There's the Four of Pentacles, the Princess and the Pea. She's on all of those mattresses. If something is niggling at you that other people are not necessarily perceiving or seeing, but you see it or you perceive it, trust yourself. If you know that something in a situation is niggling at you or is not quite right, then it's not quite right. Don't let anyone else make you feel like you're imagining things or make yourself feel like you're imagining things. There might be something that needs a little bit more examination. She may be in the middle of her sleepless night because she feels that pea. She knows that something's wrong. She just doesn't see it. She doesn't understand why. But it's there. It's not like she's imagining the pea. The pea isn't not real. The pea is in there. So, yeah, trust your own perceptions, but also if something, you might just need to identify something. Something might be going on that's niggling at your psyche, but you haven't quite figured out what it is yet. So don't be afraid to do your research or to look into matters further or to examine something first before you make some kind of a decision. You definitely don't want to make hasty decisions only to find out that there's something wrong with the situation that you knew you felt, but you just couldn't figure out what it was exactly. So, or again, you may be dealing with a counselor or with someone who is supposedly supposed to help you, but instead something about their words is niggling at you, or something about how they perceive your situation is not quite right. And it can make you wonder whether it's like someone okay, I'm getting an example of like a doctor telling someone that their symptoms or what they're experiencing is psychosomatic. It's like the doctor says, oh, that thing that you're feeling is in your head, which is extremely annoying when you know that something is there or something is going on with you. So if you're getting the wrong feedback for something that you know you are going through, you just can't really identify it, then you need to cut these people out of your life or stay away from them or get a referral to somebody else. Don't keep on putting up with an energy that is not backing you up or is not validating you falsely. So, your hope, again, the Knight of Cups. I believe you had 3 Knights of Cups in here. Let me find them all. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the Page. Yeah, that's the Page of Cups. This is the Knight of Cups. Okay. 2 Knights of Cups. It's important for you to follow your heart. It's important for you to heal your heart. It's important for you to recover and heal. It's important for you to trust. It's important for you to be yourself. Honor your own feelings. Honor your sensitivity. Do not allow anyone to tell you that you are too sensitive. And do not be that person that tells someone else that they're being too emotional or too sensitive. That is an extremely insensitive way of handling a situation or handling yourself or someone handling you. And so stay away from that. Honor your sensitivity. Value your sensitivity. Do not have anyone tell you that you have to somehow get tougher. And do not do that to someone else. You may be attracting allies and other people into your life at this time, and a potential partner or a partner in here that is extremely empathic, extremely sensitive, extremely compassionate and feeling. And to tell someone else that they can't be that way is like telling a fish that they can't live in the water. And same thing goes for you too. So you should be surrounding yourself with people and adventures and trips and energies surrounding you at this time that boost you up, that honor your sensitivity, that admire your sensitivity, and where also they are also sensitive, and so you understand each other. You should not be surrounding yourself with anyone right now at this time that is like this, because it's too harsh right now. So your general outcome is the Three of Pentacles. You are going someplace. Things are happening. Things are growing. Your fortune is increasing. Your luck is increasing. You will have wonderful new opportunities coming in if you choose to be brave and if you go towards what you love, or if you go towards what makes you happy, and if you take the risk and take the leap. You will have immediate results that show you are doing the right thing. And also an increase in money or possible job opportunities or opportunities to be able to showcase your talent. And you will be appreciated for exactly who you are. And it's okay to be exactly as you are. Okay, let me see if I can pick one last little message for you. Here, I'll take it from here. And then I'll let you go. Hopefully that resonated or helped someone in some way. Anything else you would like Gemini to know or to think about, or give them something to think about? Deep knowing. You know how you feel. You know who you are. You know what you need. So use your boundaries in dealing with anyone who tries to tell you you don't know what you need or you don't know what's going on with you. And vice versa. Trust what you know. Trust your own deep knowing in situations. Okay, I'll let you go. You guys take care, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.